I can add one more point. The information that has been given to the feds is only stuff that's in the public record that anyone could actually request.
I was wondering about this six that I just read about it today, and are they like also like too close to a school, or is it just like fishing expedition?
It now seems like it's more of a fishing expedition. There's no real rhyme or reason to it, unfortunately.
So, as like a result of the DOJ, like, handing this stuff down, right, there were 3 or 4 that got closed down, right, like Divinity, Tree, Meta Thrive, Mr. Nice Guy, and I can't remember the fourth one. But then these 5, okay. But then these ones that are getting, what is it, like the Department of Justice is now seeking all the information for an additional 8? Well, I don't understand.
They haven't even made subpoena requests. All the information they've requested is public information. Any one of us could request the permits on file of any dispensary out there. So they're
it's not like they've tried to shut them down. They're almost like in a weird way auditing them to see if they can shut them down or find something.
They're just asking for the files, and because they're public information, they're handing them over.
I can tell you what they've requested. They requested the business license and application, the health permit and application, ownership information, and yearly statements and forms such as not-for-profit, affirmation of not crossing state lines, etc. Now,
So basically, they're looking for information that says we was obeying state law.
So it is troublesome that DPH doesn't have to just hand things over willingly. They can kind of say, well, we're going to defer to the city attorneys and let the lawyers deal with it, and then maybe we'll hand it over. I mean, they can kind of put up some sort of resistance, and they haven't. So that's also part of what we're doing on the 14th is we're going to go to the Board of Supervisors office or the general meeting and say, listen, have a heart, listen to us. We're really in an emergency situation and we need you to listen.
Will the real San Francisco please stand up? All right, Michael.
Okay, next on the agenda, there are some announcements. The Green Cross will have its MCD permit hearing before the Planning Commission on Thursday. That's next week, February 16th. It's room 400, and it's at City Hall. We ask that you show up and that you support the Green Cross. They have supported us immensely here, and I think it's time that we all give them the support that they need and deserve. If you want to when you show up, you'll probably only have a minute or 2 minutes at the most to speak. So make it short, direct, and to the point. And it's scheduled for noon, but what you should do is check for updates. Go online, go to sfgov.org for the time and the place on the agenda when it's going to actually come up. That way you don't go there early and sit there for hours and hours. Check online and see where it is on the agenda. The second thing is there's going to be the 7th National Clinical Conference on Cannabis Therapeutics. It's going to be in Tucson, Arizona. It's going to be in April. The date is April 26th through the 28th. And it's going to be at Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort. David and I are going to go. This will be our first one. It'll be quite scientific. There'll probably be some papers presented there. We don't have the agenda yet, but I'm sure this is the 7th one.
It's online. The agenda's online.
Go online and check the agenda.
I'm the chair of the call.
Very good, thank you. It'll be very exciting, let me tell you. I've never been to one before like this, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's a crash course on everything related to science and marijuana, and it's a really great conference. I've been to 4 or 5 of them, so this is great.
It's a 3-day seminar, and we're actually going to take a couple extra days, maybe a day on the front and a day on the back, to get there, to get settled, to see what's going on, to talk to people, and maybe a day on the back end to explore Tucson. I've never been there before, so it's lovely. The third thing is the Students for a Sensible Drug Policy. is going to have their 2012 International Conference in Denver. That's going to be on March 23rd through the 25th. It's at the Hyatt Regency at the Hyatt Regency Denver Tech Center in Denver, Colorado. We went to one of their SSDP conferences about 2 years ago, and I was just blown away by the people from all over the country. College students that come for this to learn what's going on, to network with other people, and we had a great time. I hope they come here again someday soon, because I'd like to go to another one.
And then shameless plug on the SSDP conference, I will be presenting on one, potentially 2 panels for students in the room who are interested in connecting with other students involved in these issues, active on these issues, and looking to collaborate on these issues. The SSDP conference is a wonderful, wonderful place to do that. So if you're inclined and you like cold weather a mile high above the city, then join me in Denver. All right, open comment. Any questions and answers about what information presented tonight? Yes.
I have a real quick thing. I printed up a few little pamphlets, and if anybody wants one, they're just like talking points, and they're just more like for like when the media comes up to you and one of these things, you want like 1 or 2 little stupid things to say. I'm not stupid, but they're just little like a little